everybody, and welcome back to Nostalgia Bay. Today we've got a very exciting episode, and I'm joined as always by my wonderful co-host, Cooper Britton. I need to come up with some jokes, man. I need to come up with some new jokes. This wonderful co-host thing is getting a bit fucking old now, I think. Today we are doing Doctor Who Series 3. If you're not familiar with how we've been doing things, I'm a long-time Doctor Who YouTuber, currently in hiatus, like the show itself. I am very knowledgeable about Doctor Who. I've loved it for many years. Cooper has been a fan for a long time, but you haven't rewatched any of the sort of early 2000s stuff in a long time. Some of them not since they came out. So you're kind of re-experiencing the David Tennant era at the minute. We're talking about Series 3, but we did do Series 1 and 2 and rank them all from worst to best. So go and check those out if you haven't already. But today we're here with Series 3. Very exciting because I know what the fandom likes and what the fandom doesn't. And
I'm
Cooper
so intrigued.
Has no idea. So Cooper is actually almost like it's like my little Doctor Who experiment. There's this little homunculus thing on the other end of my screen, and he's that's really the worst word I could have used. And he's looking at Doctor Who for the first time without being tainted.
This is the thing I enjoy about
opinion.
us doing this, is because I feel like everything I enjoy, people don't enjoy, and everything I don't enjoy, everybody. That's the current. I feel like that's the current trend. It's like when we did Series 2, like I would say stuff and you'd be like, "Sorry," be like, "What?"
Yeah.
So
this is what excites
and this
me
one
the most.
especially.
Yeah. This one, I think there are some stinkers in this series that, for some reason, you may think are in like the top 3, and I'm
gonna get hate for that. I can't wait.
Oh my god, I can't wait. Now, bear in mind, Cooper has zero context outside of like watching the episodes, right? Like you're aware of some stuff, but like not.
The only episode I know from this series that people say is good is Blink. And it's regarded as like one of the best episodes of all time.
Yeah.
And that is our
and rightfully so, but yeah.
And also, matter of fact, like genuinely, I like watching Blink again. I got to basically experience Blink for the first time because I didn't remember it until I started watching it, and I've never watched it. I've refused to watch it because I knew I was going to do this at some point.
Oh my god!
So, and that's what I'm saying. Like the twists, bar like some of the massive ones, which I kind of knew were coming, and when certain stuff started, I was like, oh shit, yeah. Certain names I got mentioned, but we'll get into that. But yeah, like for the most part, I was completely blind.
Amazing. Well, I'm very excited to see what you think. I'm very excited to see what you think of particular episodes of the series. But I couldn't give less of a shit about some of them because I just don't have much of an opinion of them. So, without any further ado, we are going to rank these from worst to best. We are combining all of the official two-parters as one story. So if it is let down by a stinker, which in this case I don't think any of them are, I think a lot of the two-parters are very consistent across the board, right?
Yeah, I'd say the two-parters are very good.
I've always said when we get to Series 9 and we get to like Heaven Sent, Hell Bent, you might want to separate those, right?
Yeah.
Like it's completely up to you. But with this, we are keeping all the two-parters together and keeping Utopia, I think, separate from the two-part finale, despite the fact that it's like widely considered as a three-parter. It is also quite individual.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's go then. 11th place, Cooper. What is your worst episode story
I'm genuinely nervous.
Series 3 of Doctor Who? What's your least favourite?
My number 11 is 42.
Oh man. Okay, mine is the Shakespeare Code.
My number 10 is the Shakespeare Code.
Thank God for that. My number 10 is 42. So we could talk about both of these. Again, context, for those who haven't seen any of our list rankings before, go and watch them, because they're really funny and entertaining. But we only talk about something when we've both mentioned it. It feels like the fairest way to do it, and then we can review it properly. Let's talk about 42 first. That was your 11th place, and it's my 10th place. What are your opinions on 42?
I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't like this. Sounds horrible. So forgettable. Genuinely, like it. I think it's one of those episodes that I think it is very hard. It's between the episodes. It's sandwiched between is hard. I think in general between Lazarus Experiment and then the Human Nature Family of Blood.
It's
hard
tough
because it's like you're like story, bang, just like episode that really doesn't really have any weight. And then you go back to story.
Wow.
And it's like
You come out heavy swinging today. Like, it's my 10th place, but, like, I don't think I've got even anything that strong. I think my biggest gripe about 42 is that it is just a tiny bit forgettable.
That's the biggest thing.
Much love to the heavily underrated Chris Chibnall.
Is it a Chris Chibnall episode?
It is his first Doctor Who episode.
Yikes!
Cooper! Please.
I don't mean yikes as in like, I don't mean yikes as in it's bad. I mean yikes as like, I did not realise it was one of his episodes.
Like, we're not gonna... I'm not...
Yeah.
It's very by numbers, isn't it? It's a running up and down corridors, and it is very sort of by the numbers Doctor Who story. You got a villain, you got I
genuinely think it's I'm genuinely.
I like the pub quiz thing. That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Good, yeah. I genuinely think that's the thing though. It's not like it's a bad episode. Like I can't sit here.
It's
and
just
say,
not one that I rewatch.
It's one of the worst episodes. Like there are much worse episodes of Doctor Who. Like don't get me wrong. I think it suffers because of its placement. If it was a different series where we didn't have the build that we did to the ending and we didn't have such quite big story beats for everything, I genuinely think that's what it suffers from. Because when you get to the finale and you think back, you're like, holy shit. Homely Nature, Family Blood, massive role. Lazarus Experiments, massive role. And then you just got like this kind of like dull thing in the middle. And that's what I'm saying.
Like
it's
filler.
Not a bad episode.
It's like filler.
Yeah, it's like filler. And it's not a bad episode. It's just, it suffers because of everything else around it, if that makes sense.
I think that's fair. And I think it's one of those ones that it felt... I think that, it's probably... Again, it's my 10th place out of 11th. It's one of the more forgettable episodes of the show. Mm-hmm. It's not one that particularly stands out for any like one reason or another, but I'd also say it's not meant to, is it? Like it is not really meant to be like a you'll never forget this one. It's meant to sort of be like here's an adventure, like a nice 45 minutes. The thing I do like about this is that it's in real time.
Yeah,
which I think is an incredibly difficult feat to accomplish when making TV or film. Especially with the constraints of working under like the BBC or like a big production company, being able to do an episode like this, which Doctor Who's never done again, I don't think, ever, and doing it in complete like, real time, it's genuinely quite impressive. It's genuinely quite impressive, and I am kind of here for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, the story generally, like the monster isn't that compelling. I like the idea of putting the Doctor out and him being a bit of a monster for some time. Yeah. But there's not much more going on there. The Shakespeare Code is my least favourite. It's your 10th. Thoughts on the Shakespeare Code, Cooper?
Again, I just find it slightly forgettable. Like, I feel like Doctor Who like has like these like Elizabethan kind of era fantasy kind of ones, and they just kind of all blend together slightly. Like, it could have been a few different episodes, if that makes sense. It's a weird one.
The Shakespeare Code, for me, I'm going to just go... This is some fandom context for you here. Mm-hmm. This is some fandom context. The Shakespeare Code is written by someone who is outwardly like a transphobic piece of shit nowadays, right?
Shit's ass, man.
Yeah, and there are multiple kind of lines in this episode which... Some of them have just aged badly and are just kind of coincidentally funny that the writer is like a complete transphobe, but some of them are kind of like rooted in that, and it feels like... So there's a line... Well, we'll just address good old JK as a big part of the episode where the Doctor shouts that, because that's been used horrendously. But there's like... I don't know, there's like a thing about... I don't know, there's like a line about like men dressing up as women, and then the Doctor's like, some things never change in London. It's like... What? He wouldn't say that. Like, it just feels very weighted. There's a few things like about race that I don't think it handles particularly well. Like, just walk around like you own the place. It works for me. It's like, yeah.
There's a lot of comments about Martha, I'm pretty sure, in that episode, I seem to remember.
Yeah, and some of them are done in like a tongue-in-cheek kind of way, and I guess you have to look at it through it like a 2007 lens. But I don't look at many other episodes of like new Doctor Who and think, "Damn, this is aged badly." This is probably one of the only ones. Maybe this in I don't know, maybe Sleep No More. But like, this is the only one really that sticks out to me. Is like, that's the episode that's aged badly. That's the problematic one.
Yeah.
And I also just think it's a bit camp and silly, and I know that's Doctor Who in a nutshell, but I don't know. I think if you were going to do Shakespeare, I think you could have done something a little bit more I don't know, intelligent, I guess, than just having 3 alien witches and doing witchy things. It's very by the numbers, and I guess that, it's the negative stuff that puts it down for me, whereas, like, 42 is a bit forgettable. The Shakespeare Code I actively just think is a bit rubbish.
Yeah.
But yeah. Ninth place.
My 9th place is Smith and Jones.
Okay. Mine... I'm actually kind of regretting this. Mine is the Lazarus Experiment. Okay. Hey, double down. I don't think this is an inherently bad episode at all. I remember when I was a kid, this was actually the first episode that actually made me hide behind the sofa. A lot of people, you throw that term around. This was the first time I'd actually done it.
Really?
And I think it's a solid episode. I think the CGI is aged horrendously and looks like hot shit. And it's again, it kind of, for me, suffers from one of those things of, like, early 2000s Doctor Who, where it's just, like, really hammy camp performances. No fault to anyone involved, but it's very, like, I don't know. They do ham it up in this, and I enjoy it. I like the scary bits where the Doctor's by himself, kind of running away from the monster. I like the thing being based at, like, a cathedral at the end. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that was sick. It was really sick.
I don't really care for Martha's mum being like, "Who's the Doctor?" and then this random fucking guy being like, "Yeah, you shouldn't trust that man. Who knows what he's doing?" It's like, who are you? I know it's, like, to do with this, whatever, right? It's mysterious, but, like, for mysterious sake. Yeah, I like that this episode cements Martha as a proper companion. I like that this episode, like, the villain of this episode, like Mark Gatiss, I think he's great. I love Mark Gatiss. I like his performance of, like, being a young man but has lived a long time. The concept of that is, like, the Doctor, right? You know, a young face but an old mind and old eyes, and it's like, I like that concept of him being, like, an antithesis of that. But yeah, I can't really say much more about it, because a lot of it's big CGI scenes that haven't aged particularly well. It's a very adventurous monster design, I'd say that. I feel like they could have went a little bit more simplistic with it.
Do you think after the finale, you kind of look back at it and you go, damn, like, it is pretty cool to have that. That's the one thing I give the early seasons, is I feel like more then than now, it feels like the whole season's tied in. I feel like I get to the finale of every season.
You're thinking about the story plotline.
Yeah, like the retrospective kind of thing, yeah.
So, like, his Lazarus machine being, like, into the laser screwdriver.
Yeah.
Partially. But then I feel like if you really break it down, it's one line. And, like, you could have just been like, yeah, he has a screwdriver that makes people old. I get it. And I like that they developed it with a story to back it up. But it's like, I don't sit there and go, damn, they're weaving some clever story here. You know, like
the Harold Saxon name drop got me hyped, because I knew what that. I knew what that was. I knew exactly what that was.
Oh, you knew damn well who that is.
Yeah, I knew damn well who that was.
When did you clock the Harold Saxon name drop? Because there's quite a few.
Oh, not until the very end of the episode.
Which episode? What?
Of Lazarus Experiments. Yeah.
So you didn't catch it in The Runaway Bride then?
No.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah, man. We'll get to that. Remind me when we get to that. It's going to be a while.
Yes, so my number 9 is Smith and Jones. I
haven't, yeah. Oh, I don't know why we talked about Lazarus Experiment. You haven't been mentioned yet.
You just went off on one.
I just started waffling. You should have stopped me. This is Cooper. Co-host, stop me.
My number 8 is Gridlock.
Okay. My number 8 is Daleks in Manhattan, Evolution of the Daleks.
Okay, cool. My number 7 is Lazarus Experiment.
Okay. Well, we've already talked about
I've already touched on. It's like, I wouldn't say it's the greatest episode ever, but I like that it does kind of tie a little bit into the finale stuff.
You don't have to agree with me, by the way.
No, I'm not. Yeah. I do enjoy it. It's like mid-level, and it's kind of like that. It was a cool episode. I enjoyed, like, the developing into the creature. Mark Gatiss was sick. Like, it was just one of those episodes, like, just a general good episode, if that makes sense.
I kind of find the whole thing funny of him, like, getting a young face and being like, yeah, I'm just gonna immediately kill my wife and get with, like, so the youngest person who works for him, and I'm like, Yeah, you didn't take long, did you? You're still like a fucking 90-year-old man, you fucking pervert.
Maybe not age the best, but...
Hey, you never know. You might have an island, Lazarus. You never know. My number 7 is Smith and Jones, funnily enough.
Cool.
We could talk about that, I think.
My number 9 was Smith and Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jadoon was cool.
I mean, it's alright.
I mean, it's alright. Like, I love the Jadoon.
Yeah.
I absolutely love them as a creature. I don't know, it's just, I think of, like, companion opening episodes, not the most. And I think because you've just watched Runaway Bride, and then I've also just watched the first episode of Series 4, I feel like it's just not like... It's not
you're getting ahead of yourself here.
I know, but it doesn't have, like, the oomph that some of the first episodes of Companions do. Like, and I don't get me wrong, I do like Martha. I genuinely do. I think she's great. The kind of romance thing, maybe a little too much. Maybe
they do kind of go hard with that.
Maybe let's hand this down a little bit.
I think with Martha, it's like I really like what she could have been.
I like what she stands for.
I like that she calls the Doctor out on his bullshit towards the end of the series. That's quite nice. When like her family are being kidnapped, she's like, just shut the fuck up and like drive while I sort this shit. It's my family. Because it's good because the Doctor doesn't always think about that, and I think that's important. The love stuff is just what it's trying to do is it's trying to, I don't know. I think it's sad because I think Martha's, correct me if I'm wrong, I like people in the comments, Martha is the first like companion who's a person of colour. And I think to immediately hit her with the sort of jealousy for the young white blonde companion is like...
Yeah, that is true.
I don't know, it feels a bit of an odd choice. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's okay to have like companion rivalry, but for her entire arc to be lusting after the Doctor and he can't move on from Rose, feels... I don't know. It feels off when, again, you've got this sort of like first for a Doctor Who companion. Like, it would have been nice to see them do something a bit different with that, and kind of it's the same thing. It's the same criticism I have of like with Jodie Whittaker's era. Like Jodie Whittaker being the first female Doctor, you had to do something like a staple thing with that. And I don't necessarily think they did. And I think it's I think when you hit a first, you have to really go, this fucking works. And Martha's great, but I do think Rose's shadow hangs over not just Series 3. I think Rose's shadow hangs over the whole Russell T Davies 1 era. Having rewatched it relatively recently, it's not as... I didn't enjoy it as much as I remember, which is interesting, because I feel like... I'm a big fan of it, but like I'm rewatching it and I'm like, damn, it does have some of the issues that I would criticize in Ncuti era as well.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think it's like you're saying with the Rose thing, it's like, I think that also comes down to the writing, because my God, she is mentioned like so much at the start of the season, it kind of teeters off, and then she's harmed again at the end of the season. And yes, I understand, she's a massive companion, she has massive story implications, like she's not just a human companion, she kind of reaches that level of companion where you transcend.
You're watching it at a tricky time as well, because while they're doing all this, in current Doctor Who, Billy Piper's the Doctor, so it's sort of like in your head that it's just like this nostalgia. Remember Rose? Do you remember Rose? It's like, we do.
And I think there's just, it's both sides are too much. I think the Rose stuff, I genuinely think if the Rose stuff was not as heavy at the start and kind of brought back in towards the finale when Jack and stuff comes back in, and you just tone down the romance element and let her be an independent, hard-hitting, stern companion, let Martha be this, it would have you would have had an absolute like, and she's great anyway, and I just think you could have made
Martha
should
have had more of the Donna personality, I think. And she could have done very easily, and she should have like, there's a few moments where she does clap back at the Doctor, and I think that's really important. Should happen more often, I think. Smith and Jones, it's pure camp, but I do love it. I love is it Anne Reid? I think the actress is who plays the Plasmavore. She's fucking brilliant, man. She's just ridiculous. Like, I've even brought my special straw. Like, all that shit is just, it's wonderful. The Jadoon, great.
Is this a first for the Jadoon?
Yeah, this is their introduction story. Yeah, it's the first time we've ever seen them.
Amazing.
yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's daft. It's got some references in there. It's very sort of basic story. Focuses more on Martha as a character. I like the thing of the time travel element being used to sort of impress Martha, where you see him at the beginning of the episode and he's going, well, there we go. And then like that never gets addressed until right at the end and he goes, it's like, I like that. Yeah, I think there's a lot in there. I think the way the episode opens with kind of introducing you to Martha and her entire complicated family is really good, because I think they're a big part of the series as much as she is, and I think that is a really good way of doing it. I think there's some really great writing choices that are so subtle you might not even think of them off the top of your head, but like in Smith and Jones there are some really great stuff in there, even though it's quite a camp and basic story. Companion openers tend to be quite basic stories. I would say I probably enjoy this more than I enjoy the Donna opener in Series 4.
Really?
But like as a story, like I don't like, I love, like, you can't beat David Tennant and Catherine Tate. They are incredible together. But the Jadoon and the Plasmavore over the fucking Adipose and Miss Foster, like I don't really care for them that much.
I guess I can see where you're coming from. I really enjoyed that episode actually. So, but yeah, I can see as a story, the Jadoon and the Plasmavore is definitely a better. I mean, the Jadoon are just the like. I mean, the plasma, the thingy's never been back. The fucking fat creatures have never been back. So
yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? They were just like they're just made of like the fucking they're just all like they're pure like
slightly freaky with like all the Ozempic and stuff nowadays.
Kind of very telling really of the time. It's kind of like you take a pill and the fat just walks away.
Really freaky. Me and my girlfriend watching it, we were like, oh god, this is a little bit like
clever,
Black Mirror-esque. Yeah,
it's really good clever. when writing holds up over like 15, 20 years. It's a good thing. Yeah. Cool. Number 6.
My number 6 is Human Nature and Family of Blood.
Okay. I
have to say, my 6 onwards was hard.
Yeah. Mine is Gridlock.
Number 8. Gridlock was number 8 for me.
What do you think about Gridlock?
I mean, I think as an overall story, I wasn't a massive fan. I do enjoy like episodes and things where they just do it in like minimal sets. Like, yeah, and I enjoyed I think the stuff in the vehicle held up really well with the Doctor and the cat and his wife and whatever. I think it worked out really well. I don't know, it's just one of those episodes where it's like, it's just there, like, it's fun to watch. Would I go and rewatch it? Probably not. But when you're on a rewatch, it's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm happy. Like, Smith and Jones and Shakespeare Code, I'm like, okay, I don't know. And then Gridlock is kind of like where the series kind of does start for me, and it starts to kind of feel a bit more fun. And then it just gets into complete serious shit from then on, so.
Yeah, for me, there's a lot of little things I like about Gridlock. Like, as a concept, I think doing Gridlock as a money-saving episode, I think is a really clever way to do it.
Yeah.
A lot of it is big CGI stuff, and you just see the cars moving, but the actual set is just one small,
and I enjoy
tiny
that.
set.
I enjoy that, yeah.
And I think that's brilliant because you can do a lot with that and just change who's in them because all the cars are the same. With this, I like that it's the final part of a 3-season trilogy. Of course.
Oh, it's the end of the...
so End of the World, New Earth, and Gridlock are sort of part of a 3-season trilogy.
Yeah.
So you get Face of Bo, you get New Earth again.
I forgot about that, yeah.
So it's a lot of these elements where they are connecting sort of stories. So you get that whole thing with Martha where it's like, I'm basically like a rebound, you take me to the same place you took her. But you get a different side of the story, like a different type of story every time, and it is part of that like kind of 3-season trilogy. I like that sort of stuff.
I like when that it was the Face of Bo, actually.
Like a long running continuity, because Doctor Who doesn't do that anymore, and I do miss that thing.
It's the same thing that I always talk about River's Song. It's the continuity. It's amazing.
It doesn't like, it's not required to like know about the Face of Bo and enjoy that, but it's like having it that trilogy there is nice. I also love, and this is probably more of a fan thing, like a deep cut thing. The monsters at the bottom of the pit, Macra. Nope. Okay, so
this is why we do this.
This is why it's good though, because if we go all the way back, to, let's have a look, March 1967, with a second Doctor story called The Macra Terror. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I really didn't know if you were going to knock clock on.
I did slightly too late. The Macra Terror is a second Doctor story that was missing for many years, got animated a few years ago, and it's the monsters are these giant
Same
crabs.
ones.
The same
Very
ones.
clever.
But in this, they are hyper intelligent. Like they manipulate an entire society. It's a bit like Big Brother. It's like there's no the whole thing about it is like there's no such thing as Macra. Like all the people are like, it's a myth. But they're actually pulling the strings behind this whole society.
Clever.
Very cool. And then they've never been in the show again because why would they be? They're just giant crabs.
Yeah.
So then to bring them back here and the Doctor be like, well, we're millions and billions of years in the future. He's a line where he's like, they used to be like hyper intelligent beings, and now they're scavengers. They've devolved.
Really?
And it's like that's a really cool thing as a fan to watch that now and be like, that's technically another returning classic Doctor Who monster.
That's crazy because it's like, to me, that felt like not a throwaway line, but that felt like just a like lore building line. I didn't realize it was that deep, that it was like an actual
100%.
reference.
Go back
Really
to. I'll send you
clever.
a photo of the 1960s Macra.
Really clever. Really.
So you can get like a bit
oh
of
my
thing.
god. That's
Yeah,
pretty sick.
so they do have similar like design things as well. They've tried to make them look relatively similar over the years.
Wow.
But yeah, I think it's a really cool thing, and I think
Really
as a
good.
fan, when there's almost like a throwaway line where he's just like,
That's what I'm saying.
they used to be hyper intelligent, and now they've devolved over the millions of years, and now they're just scavengers, living in the smog. Like they've become what they look like, violent creatures, but they were like hyper intelligent, like aliens. I love that. Not to mention that moment where he sees the Macra for the first time is the first time that the show uses the like one of the best like action themes of the show, which is all the strange creatures, which you'll recognize immediately when you hear it. It's the first time they ever like hit that track, and that moment for me is I don't know. It's like we're still talking sixth place, right?
Yeah.
But it still gives me chills because I'm like, classic Doctor Who mention. Fucking David Tennant's like talking about the Macra, and then it's like dun 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 dun. That's like, yeah, man, this is fucking great. I love that. So yeah, I like that. I like the Face of Bow stuff. There's nothing I don't like about this story, to be honest. It's
See
just
now, like
very
this is
simple.
why I enjoy doing this, because I forget about this kind of stuff. Like I completely forgot it was a Face of Bow episode. Like genuinely,
Yeah.
But like remembering this Face of Bow episode, I enjoy the Face of Bow stuff. I think it's a genius concept, and to know that, and then also to know the fucking lore behind it, and it's not just like a throwaway monster. It's that kind of stuff that I enjoy.
It's like going,
It goes up, doesn't
we thinking, we've got a budget episode. How can we like spice it up? Let's bring back a monster who hasn't been in the show for. I think at that point it had been probably 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 40 years, pretty much almost exactly since the Macra debuted. So yeah. No, I love that as a fan now, but even when I was growing up, I didn't know about the Macra being like classic Who monsters. I didn't like the episode as much. That elevates it for me, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I 100% agree that it elevates it.
Okay, number 5 for you.
My number 5 is Daleks in Manhattan and Evolution of the Daleks.
Oh God, we haven't talked about that one yet. Shit.
No,
okay.
not yet.
For me, my number 5 is Sound of Drums and Last of the Time Lords.
Okay, cool.
So we talked about. Well, I've mentioned Daleks in Manhattan, Evolution of the Daleks, number 8 for me.
Yeah.
Go ham.
So this is a strange one for me because we had a conversation about, I don't even know what you call it, the Dalek thing, the humanoid Dalek.
The human Dalek.
Yeah. I had a toy of this when I was a kid. I think I might still have it. Genuinely. Like, probably about 6 inch. No, probably more. Probably about 10 inches of the figure. Big one. And it was...
It's about average, actually.
And I watch... Because I don't know if I knew that. I think I had an idea going into it that this was going to be in this season. And to be honest, I think it's one of my favourite Dalek storylines so far.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it being through America in the Depression. I enjoyed that kind of doing that
context.
Humanoid.
You enjoyed the historical context.
Yeah, I enjoyed the historical context. Yeah,
building the Empire State.
Yeah, the piggies. the
pigs.
Even that, the side plot of the one who doesn't fully transform and is still in love with the showgirl. That, I enjoyed all of that. Andrew Garfield's in it. Yeah. So obviously it's
Andrew Garfield in New York, sort of.
Yeah. Mid-tier American accent. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I genuinely thoroughly enjoyed it. It was one of the most enjoyable two-parters, I think. I think sometimes with the two-parters...
Wow. That's crazy, because I'll fully level with you. This is a skip for me.
Really?
Yeah. On a rewatch, this is a skip for me, easy.
Yeah.
I just think it drags for me. I like the setting, not as much as maybe some people would, but I like the setting. I don't like the pigs, to be honest. I don't like the... No.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. I know, I get what they're trying to do. I don't. It's like trying to lump the Daleks with something else so they seem more interesting. So the Daleks are interesting enough themselves. I get the whole idea of wanting slaves. This episode would have been so much more interesting if it was some sort of secret society, or they were just kind of robot-y kind of people. I would have preferred that than pigs.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think this episode I hold nostalgia for because I remember, this is one of the few episodes that I was watching and I was like, I actually remember this.
I have fond memories of it, yeah.
But I remember this. And there's a couple in this season where I'm like, it's the first one that I've been sitting here and I was like, I very vividly remember being 5 years old watching this and seeing, because this is the era that I had the toys for. And I had,
Same.
Because I had the laser screwdriver, I had the Sonic, I had the pigs, I had the human Dalek.
Conveniently got. Just keep talking.
Here he goes.
I've conveniently got a bag of toys in front of.
Whoa.
Oh, keep talking.
So this one, I think this is one of the first ones that I hold. Bar the Slitheen from series 1, this is one of the first ones that I genuinely kind of hold nostalgia for because I vividly remember it. I think this is the first season that nostalgia definitely plays a bit of a part in. And going forward it will. We need to do this episode. We are planning at some point to do an episode where I'm going to get my box of Doctor Who toys from when I was a kid and bring them out and see what I've still got, because I sold a lot years ago. Because I used to have the laser screwdriver and I used to have David Tennant's Sonic, but I don't anymore.
Oh, there we go. There it is. That's what I was looking for. I've got the Dalek sec. There we go.
See, mine's big. From what I remember, is massive compared to
that. You
had
the 12-inch doll.
Yeah.
There you go. See, I know my shit. I have Brannigan, of course, from Gridlock.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Diva. And then I have the guy who didn't fully turn into a pig.
Oh, yeah. I remember
they really used to. I mean, we still haven't had. Bear in mind, we still haven't had the Cybermen from 2013 or the Sasha Dewan Master, but we have got the man who fully turned into a pig. So
Jesus,
isn't that fucking wizard? Yeah. Brilliant. Right. Yeah. I don't love this story. It's fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Mm-hmm. My number 4. Sorry, I was looking at previous seasons. My number 4 is Runaway Bride.
Okay. My number 4 is Human Nature and Family of Blood, which may be a bit of a hot take, I think. Where was yours? Yours was 6,
so
right?
my Human Nature Family of Blood is number 6. Yeah, number 6. I think it probably should have been higher because in hindsight...
No.
That's
not how it works.
Let me finish.
You can have...
In hindsight. But then again, I genuinely think, and I said, 6 through 1 genuinely is I enjoyed all of them. The jump between Lazarus Experiment to Human Nature Family Blood is mega. This episode, again, probably plays a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah, 100%.
One of the toys I remember having as a child and carrying around everywhere as a child, I'd like to bear in mind, is the pocket watch.
Oh, I had that one as well. I did have that.
I
one
had it as a
somewhere.
kid, and I remember being a kid and carrying it everywhere. And it used to open it, and it used to say like,
Make a noise
oh,
or something.
I'm the last of the Time Lords, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I had
Banger.
that one. I love when they used to release stuff like that. I think this is a great story. I think a lot of people would probably see this as like up there as top 3. So it's interesting. For me, I do enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy it. I think a lot of what I enjoy, admittedly, is human nature. I rewatched it recently, and although it is fucking brilliant, of course it is, there are some bits of it that I don't love. And I just think it kind of drags in places.
This is what I was going to say.
Some of the actors in this are fucking incredible, mind you.
Amazing.
And some of them have gone on to do absolutely fantastic things. Did you
What's
recognise
his name?
Harry Lloyd?
Yes.
Who ends up being Daenerys' brother in Game of Thrones.
Yes, I was sitting there and I was going, where do I know you from? I was sitting there and I was like, I know you. Where?
Yeah.
And I was like Googling, like, and then finally I was like, oh my God. I was like genuinely unbelievable. Fantastic
he's great
in this episode.
He's absolutely fucking brilliant in this.
And I think
David Tennant's
all of the
brilliant
actors, I think all the actors who go from being like the humans and get turned into the aliens are fantastic in this.
The little like twitching they do,
Yeah.
and it's great. All of it.
He's scary.
He's excellent. He's actually probably one of the best parts of these stories.
Yeah.
I think he's probably one of the best parts of these episodes. I quite like the scarecrows. I think they're creepy. The whole war between the scarecrows and the schoolboys is a little bit like
the end.
Whatever.
This is one of those
Really,
episodes This is one of those episodes that I think suffers slightly from being a two-parter. I think it should have been like a part and a half, if that makes sense. Which I know is not possible. We've had this conversation in the past. We've had this conversation in the past that there are some episodes that are two-parters that maybe could have trimmed the fat off a little bit more.
No, this should have been a special. Should have been like
That's true.
An hour,
Yeah.
an hour 10,
Yeah.
an hour 20. Like that, it should have been that. I think it has so much going for it, but it's not as good as people make it out sometimes. I love the whole
Christmas
thing.
tree up at the boys' school. Bang a Christmas special.
Yeah. I don't know really. I like it. Things I love about this story. I love the whole thing of the Doctor having his mind wiped. It's such a creative, brilliant idea by Paul Cornell. Who here's a little bit of Doctor Who factoid for you, Cooper. Are you ready? I'm gonna throw them your way all the way through this episode. This is an adaptation, similar to Dalek in Series 1, which was adapted from the Big Finish story Jubilee, written also by Rob Shearman. He adapted his own work. This is written by Paul Cornell, who previously wrote Father's Day, but prior to that had wrote a book, a Doctor Who novel in the 90s called Human Nature, starring the Seventh Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, and Ace, where the Seventh Doctor gets his mind wiped and basically plays out in relatively the same way. Now, I don't really know the inner workings of that original novel. I don't know if it's even remotely similar, but I know it has the basic foundation of that, and that it was somewhat adapted into this TV version for David Tennant and Martha as well. So I think there's that, which I think is really cool. I love that concept. I love the scene where he's sort of having visions of the future with Joan and like settling down and having children and dying.
I love the one when he pulls out like it's in Human Nature when they pull out the book and they're going through the book of like the dreams that he's been having and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like it's such a genius, like really.
I can't remember what this was as well. That I think that I don't. Right, again, comments. Correct me if I'm wrong, and Cooper will see the comments, so that's fine. I believe that this episode, Human Nature, was the first ever confirmation of Paul McGann's Doctor in canon.
Really?
Prior to this, it was because there was never a regeneration. It was up in the air as to whether or not his one-off Doctor Who movie counted as like canon Doctor Who because it was made by an American company.
Oh, really? So Eighth
TV
Doctor.
movie, Eighth Doctor.
Really?
And he was never sort of referenced or seen on screen. And then they did the Journal of Impossible Things, and there is a drawing of Paul McGann's Doctor in there. And it's probably the first time I think that he's ever acknowledged as like one of the Doctors. Now, that's great. But it's weird now thinking like he's obviously he's a Doctor. But there was a point in time, there was a couple of years where he was never really confirmed or denied one way or another.
So was David Tennant referenced as the 10th Doctor though in that era?
That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I don't. No,
So-
I don't.
And therefore, Eccleston was never referenced as ninth either. They were just referenced as the Doctor.
I think they. Yeah. Well. In the first series, in Chris Eccleston's series, he's credited as Doctor Who.
Really? He's never referenced as ninth?
I mean,
Never given
he's
a
never.
number.
There's never given a number. They've also never really officially been given numbers on screens. Only a couple times, and I think it started in Matt Smith's era. But
With
they've
the
never
11th
really.
hour. Yeah.
They've never. Well, even that, and it's like
They plays a
the
big part
Doctor.
into it.
Clara was
Yeah.
like, "You're." It's like, yeah, you're the 11th. You're the 11th. You're the 11th Doctor. You're the 11th. And he's like, no, I've had other phases, and it's like that. But before that, I guess maybe not. I could be completely talking bollocks here, but I do vaguely remember this being a thing where
Yeah.
I think the reason it was canon is because in the TV movie you see Sylvester McCoy regenerate into him
Yeah.
because it's not an easy cut off there.
Yeah.
But there was never a regeneration between Paul McGann and the Ninth Doctor, so it was sort of there was a point in time it wasn't really known whether it was
Is
official
the
or
TV
not.
movie worth watching? Because I've actually debated watching it a couple of times. Like I've
I
had
think
it
it-
open and been like,
I haven't watched it in about 15 years, mate. So
Yeah.
if we're gonna do it, we do it on a commentary
fucking
track.
yeah,
For
very good.
nostalgia
Yeah.
bit, 100%.
Amazing. Get it in.
We could maybe try and do that for
Yeah.
next New Year because it's technically a
Yeah.
New Year's special.
Is it? Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth watching. I think it's fascinating because it's probably
seen
the
a couple of
closest thing
things
to Modern Who without watching Modern Who.
Well, that's why I kind of thought about watching it, because it's like I've seen a couple of things. Like I remember they're doing this special with him for Day of
Night
the
of the
Doctor when he
Doctor,
regenerates,
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
was like, he actually is really good. And
He's
I've seen a couple
excellent.
of things, and he's like,
People
he's
love
actually
Paul
really
McGann.
good. Yeah.
He's great. Whenever he plays the Doctor, he's been doing it for Big Finish for years though as well. Bear in mind. No, he's great. I can't remember the TV movie that much, but I would like to rewatch it because
Yeah.
it's quite a significant thing, and I haven't seen it in ages.
But yeah, we should definitely do that.
We're getting off topic now, but yes,
Yeah.
Human Nature, Family of Blood, brilliant.
Yeah.
I love the ending where the Doctor reveals himself and he's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have let me press all those buttons." And
Yeah.
there's again, all the strange creatures sort of ramps up and they all run out the ship and it blows up, and then the whole like he helped them like live forever by trapping them like in like eternal suffering. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
that's good shit. I love that.
I think, and then again,
Yeah.
when you watch Utopia and there's the pocket watch, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
And it ties
Yeah.
back, and you're like, what the fuck?
You make
You're like, this
everything
wasn't just an
connects
episode.
nicely. Yeah.
You're like, this wasn't just an episode about him like storing his memories. It actually was like, what the fuck?
no, it
like-
sets up. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I love that. I love that about that, and I love the setup for Utopia. Number 3.
My number 3 is Blink.
Okay, my number 3 is The Runaway Bride.
Cool, that was my number 4. We can talk about Runaway Bride.
I'd like maybe hot take. Best Doctor Who Christmas special.
Yeah,
Best.
it's a very. I think I
Like-
put this as my number 1. I'm pretty sure I put this as my number 1.
I hope I did. I hope I did. I honestly,
You put Voyage of the Damned, didn't you?
fuck off. I did not. I would not have put Voyage of the Damned above this.
Oh, do we need to pull up the records? I haven't got my list.
I haven't got mine, but I can load the fucking episode up, my guy. I don't believe for a second that I would have said Voyage of the Damned as my fucking number 1 Doctor Who Christmas special.
It's Runaway
come on,
Bride is
George.
fantastic.
Come on, George. Come on. Come in with the clutch here. Come on. You're talking about River Song, so that could be fucking anything.
Oh, that was my 1.
Yeah. Oh, come on, you fucker. Come on, George. Stop waffling about law. These Doctor Who episodes, man. Yeah, Runaway Bride. Fuck you. Exactly.
Okay.
This is the best Christmas special to me. It's one of my favourite episodes of Doctor Who, full stop. Not perfect, but it is so much fun. And I think for me, this is everything that Doctor Who is. This is my peak Doctor Who nostalgia. I can love or hate any other era of the show. This one episode, for some reason, is everything I love about Doctor Who. It is. I can watch it and feel giddy every time I watch it. It makes me feel like a kid again watching this.
Yeah.
I love the monster being a giant fucking spider from outer space. You love that. Big Christmas star made out of a web. Love that. I love the Christmas stuff. The wedding setting, I think, is brilliant. Catherine Tate's fantastic. David Tennant's fantastic. The twist of her getting double crossed is fantastic. I love the going back to the Earth's core at the beginning, and there's like all these little things. The biggest thing for me is the opening 10-20 minutes where they're like, she's trying to get back to the wedding. She gets in a cab. She drives off.
Yeah.
The TARDIS is down the fucking motorway. you've never seen anything in Doctor Who like that, and they very, very rarely do that even now with a budget. So to do it then, and it still looks good. It still really does look really good. Having the TARDIS, like, just with the music ramps up again. What is the actual fucking song? It's called The Runaway Bride, the track. Listen to that, and I can just picture everything. And in the music, you can hear when the TARDIS arrives. It's sort of, it's just everything fucking ramps up, and you just, the way the TARDIS like smashes into the fucking road, and Donna's like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I love all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. All of that scene in its entirety deserves to fire this up into my top 3. It would have been number 1 in like any other series, but this series to me is fantastic and has 2 other ones that are sneaking to the top, and I'm so glad you haven't mentioned one of them yet. Yeah, I absolutely love The Runaway Bride.
Yeah. I had no notes. Genuinely the same. Like, there's nothing. I actually can't say anything else.
It's just
like,
fun.
It is so
It's
good.
the one that I would like to watch every Christmas. It's so fucking enjoyable.
And it is the, like, I think the dynamic between Catherine Tate and David Tennant is just unmatched in this episode.
Yeah.
I hope it's similar in Series 4, but I think it's one of the greatest dynamics ever, just in this episode alone. It's like 100%. That pure, like, not hatred, but like the pure.
They
get me back to my
really
wedding.
Well.
Yeah.
It's very like, you've kidnapped me.
Yeah,
and it plays on the emotions, but that's the best way to go about getting over Rose, is by having someone a bit sassier and a bit like chatty about, like, something completely different, you know.
That's why I think it's so jarring going into Series 3, because it's like that episode. I think that episode should have carried on, going from losing Rose to straight away having someone in the TARDIS.
Yeah.
You kind of almost like regress slightly when you start Smith and Jones, because it goes back to that, I miss Rose, and then that carries on.
Which doesn't make sense, I think it really,
where maybe it should have carried on until Jack came back.
You had all the stuff with Rose dealt with in Runaway Bride. You didn't need it to be as overarching as it was.
Yeah.
Like, the stuff about the missing jumper, and there's like a nice little thing at the end. It comes full circle, the stuff about Rose, and you feel like he's kind of healed a little bit, and he's back to showing off again. And she says, "Don't travel alone," and that's nice. It just feels, you're right. It is a weird character moment, but that's why I love The Runaway Bride. It's just brilliant. Yeah, and I adore it. I absolutely adore it. I think it's brilliant. What was your number 3?
My number 3 was Blink.
Okay, we haven't mentioned that one yet. Number 2, Cooper. Come on, hit me with your number 2.
My number 2, Sound of Drums and Last of the Time Lords.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, man. This makes me filled with joy. My number 2 is Blink. Let's talk about Blink.
Goated?
No notes. We all know.
No notes.
No, there's nothing we can bring to this
We all
discussion.
know it. We all love it.
We've talked about Blink, I think, before, when we talked about the best Doctor Who episodes of all time. It is incredible. The thing I love about this is it doesn't have the Doctor in it very much. I like that his use is very limited. This feels like an Inside Number 9 episode. It feels very by itself. It feels like a short film. It feels very much unlike a lot of modern Doctor Who, and that's why I like it so much. Stephen Moffat's a genius when it comes to these things. And Carey Mulligan, way before her like insanely huge acting career now. You know her because she was the wife in Maestro. She was in Promising Young Woman. She was in The Ballad of Bullet Island.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
She's in loads of stuff now.
Oh my god.
She's a big actor now. And this is one of her earlier roles. And she carries this episode. And she's excellent in this. And of course she is. She's like, it's Carey Mulligan. Of course she's brilliant in this.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
She's probably my favourite part of this episode, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well, she's a brilliant actress and she's got brilliant writing, so of course it's
good.
This could be, if it wasn't like directly tied to Doctor Who, it could easily be like a sort of thriller short film that could be fucking Oscar nominated.
Yeah, that's what I was literally about to say. Like, it's a genius, just like one-off short film. Like, it's great.
It's great.
I think there are so many moments in this where I'm like, and it is so Stephen Moffat. Like, it is so, like, the way everything ties together, it is so Moffat. Like, that was the thing for me. It's like certain things where it's like, well, how does he have the transcript? And then it's like, fuck, like this.
Yeah.
The moment.
The twists and turns in that,
The moment that I was like, this shit is, like, solidified this. I loved it all the way through. Was the ending when she bumps into him in the street. and gives him the folder. I was like, what on earth? I was like, this is genius. I was like, now I want to go and rewatch it from the start because it's like a loop. Like I feel like I've got to like. It is so genius, and that's
so clever.
That's the timey-wimey writing that I love about Doctor Who. You play around with the fact that you have time travel.
My God, you're going to lock in for series like Matt Smith's era, man. It's going to be a wild ride.
I say it every episode. It's why I love River Song. Because the timey-wimey shit is done so well. And it is thought about and meticulous. Obviously, it's one episode. It's different. But it's meticulously planned. And it's like you have all these story things and you know that you have to include them at some point. It's what I love about storytelling. My favorite reveals of franchises and stuff like that are when you go, oh my, it's like it when in Utopia is a perfect example. It's when you go, oh my fucking God, like this shit has been in front of me for the last like 40 minutes, and I'm like, I'm just blind. Like that's my favorite kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's excellent.
We didn't mention Harold Saxon and Runaway Bride, sorry. That's just come to my mind.
Good point. When the tank rolls up and they're like, orders from Mr. Saxon, fire at will. Bang.
What? Again,
so at that point, he's already Prime Minister. Yeah. And a very niche one, Torchwood Series 1, Episode 10, there are Vote Saxon posters in the background, and that came out before Series 3. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Back then, there was something going on. There was something in the air in Cardiff. I don't think I can say much more about Blink. Every part of this story is brilliant.
Favorite one of my just Ghosts.
Weeping Angels are brilliant. Not my favorite Weeping Angel story though.
What's your favorite Weeping Angel story?
The Matt Smith Series 5 one.
Based.
Time of Angel's Fashion Stone is incredible, and I love it. And has, even though it's not got the timey-wimey stuff as much, fantastic. I absolutely adore it, and I prefer it to this. This is a fantastic one-off thing.
Series 5 is you want to series set that up. So,
for me, there's one line I love in Blink, and it's when Billy Shipton gets sent back in time and. Then she meets him as an old man, and they have that conversation as he's dying. In the hospital.
My! And he's in, and he's like,
no, and he says it's good. It was raining when we met, and she says it's the same rain, and it's like, so good.
Inject that shit in my veins.
That's the kind of writing where it's just like on another plane of just like cleverness. It's like he's showing off.
It's genius.
It's brilliant. Yeah, I think Blink is Stephen Moffat's best contribution to Doctor Who's first era with Russell T Davies. I think is absolutely his best contribution, and I love a lot of his episodes. I think The Empty Child and Doctor Dancers are brilliant. I think Girl in the Fireplace is brilliant. I think the Vashta Narada ones in Series 4 are excellent, but I think Blink is above all in the sense that it feels like an Inside Number 9 episode. It feels like a short film. It feels like something that's completely independent. It works for a fan of Doctor Who, and it works if you're not a fan of Doctor Who. It's just excellent telly. We'll quickly do Sound of the Drums and Last of the Time Lords. There's so much to talk about there, but I want to kind of go quickly with this. That was my number 5. I do enjoy these stories. I think The Last of the Time Lords does stretch a little bit, and it does suffer from the Russell T Davies sort of magic button ending, where it's like, hey, we're going to do this, and then suddenly everything's reset, and no one remembers anything, and everything's back to normal, and everything's fine. And sure, that has to happen. It just seems to happen quite a lot in Doctor Who, and it tends to be these big season finales where it's like they go so far. It's like with the Sutekh thing. It's like you kill a tenth of the planet's population. You wipe out an entire civilization. It goes on for a whole year. You have to reset it because there's no way you can tell a normal story on Earth after that. And it's just it's the curse of the show, but it works. And there is some great stuff in there. The Toclafane being the people from going to Utopia. That's fantastic.
Mate, that reveal was
brilliant
incredible.
Twist.
It was unbelievable.
Did you remember that when you were watching it?
No.
Amazing.
Nah.
What do you think of John Sim as the Master?
This is the thing. The Master, again, as a kid, I always wanted to be the Doctor. As I'm growing up, come on now. It's the same. It's the Jedi Sith question. It's like you either die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain. Okay, and I've lived long enough to now want to play a villain. Okay,
Jesus
I'd
Christ.
be a Sith. I'd be the Master. Okay, and it's like for the Master for me, I think of the masters that I know, so the three, they are like
Yes.
the perfect casting. John Simm's incredible. And then you get to Michelle Gomez and you get to Missy and you're like, what on earth?
Yeah.
And then you get a Sacha Dhawan and I'm like, you see John Sim as a master, you're like, it doesn't get better. It's like, we have peaked early. Yeah. It's unbelievable. But the bar keeps getting raised, and I genuinely think John Sim outshines David Tennant in this.
He is very, very good, and he works perfectly as an antithesis for David Tennant. I love him. I really do. He's one of my favorite things. I'm worried about you getting like to when you see him again. Because I remember.
So he is in series 4. I can't remember if he's in series 4.
You know what? I'm not going to say shit because I think I've already said too much anyway, and I've already said too much in previous episodes as well. I don't want you to get it spoiled. I think you need to just go in.
Like for me,
he does come back. I'll just say it. He does come back at some point
for
with David Tennant. Yes.
For me, I kind of assume not obviously it's like the thing with the red nails again. There's that kind of thing at the end, and I'm like, well. First of all, I think that is be like, okay, he'll come back. But then I'm like, you can't waste John Sim for like 2 episodes or 2 and a bit, whatever. And it's like, but for me, I don't remember in what capacity he comes back in series 4.
If it is series 4.
If it is series 4, whenever it is.
I love the fact that you can't remember any of this because it makes the series 4 and beyond review that we'll end up doing even more exciting, to be honest.
I only remembered,
but I'm not going to say any more because I don't want you to get spoiled.
For John Sim, I remember this stuff because I knew going into Utopia of what I couldn't remember how it happened, but I remembered. I remember. Obviously, it's so famous that thingy, like the Master, the Regeneration, and stuff like that. And I knew all that. I just didn't remember the pocket watch thing. But that's Utopia. For Sound of the Drums and Last Time, I completely agree that it does feel like that. Big reveal, 3 episode from the end. First part is amazing, and then bang, reset. Person gone. Like, it does give me Ronnie Reality War kind of vibes. Not as maybe
nowhere
not
near as bad as that.
Not as that's what I'm saying. Not as much as a catastrophe, but it does feel very much like
it's the same number of episodes. You brought him back.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this person's here. This person does something to completely change the world / universe, and then the Doctor does something,
and then it resets.
Yeah,
effectively does follow the same path as
and it kind of is the same because
Reality War and Wishworld.
There's like obviously Martha goes on this massive journey and then ends up back, and it's all that kind of stuff again. It feels very similar to again, but just not as like. I'm not trying to compare Reality War to Last of the Time Lords because I think it's night and day.
No, but it is night and day. But I know what you mean. There are similarities there, especially in like character. There's no other way you can do it. The Master has to go at the end because if the Master's loose or the Master travels with the Doctor, it doesn't quite work. I would love to see.
It feels very like formulaic, if that makes sense. And I think obviously that makes sense.
But I think his death is brilliant. I think his death is brilliant.
Yeah,
like, the wife killing him, him getting burnt like fucking Darth Vader was like they really tried to. That was really hammed. I was like, that's great.
In his arms as well.
Good. Martha leaving at the end as well.
Yeah,
I thought it was really good, nice. Really well
I love
done.
I love the phone. I love giving the phone and be like, it will ring one day. Answer it.
Yeah. I think there's a lot to love in this 2-parter. I think I prefer Sound of the Drums because it's very it's very like kind of about like the government and all that sort of thing. Like it's very much he's in control. In he's politically in control and he's hypnotized the whole world. It's like it's not that they are fighting a big monster. It's that they can't win against this sort of onslaught of like manipulated people. And I think that's brilliant.
Also, the laser screwdriver is so goated. It is so goated.
It's so fun.
I remember when Johnson came back for the Capaldi special, my one thing was he better fucking have the laser screwdriver. I remember having this conversation being like, my one thing. I want him to have the laser screwdriver. The bit
where he uses it and kills a fucking Cyberman and sends him flying upstairs, it's like, yeah, that's fucking cool, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We've been dancing around it for the last hour.
Yeah.
Our collective number ones.
Gotopia, right here.
I talked about Utopia so much, and I said, like, you will love this episode because you have no memory of it. You will love it. You will absolutely be all over it because he's probably one of the best Doctor Who episodes. It has one of the best reveals in a Doctor Who episode. Even though you know it's coming, it still works.
Yeah.
Everything about... Tell me your experience rewatching Utopia and like just
I
almost
really
watching it for the
enjoyed-
first time, really.
I enjoyed the context of it being at the end of the universe, like trying to find this make-believe kind of place, like what seems similar to like heaven, like a kind of like, is it real, is it not? All that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm going to jump straight to the fucking bones of this shit. Obviously, I knew the Master was going to be revealed at the end of this episode, and I knew I remember the going at the TARDIS and regenerating the TARDIS. I didn't remember how the Master becomes the Master, if that makes sense. I always, for some reason, my mind was like, "Oh, he's just hiding. He's just hiding."
Really?
I didn't know.
Oh my god, that must have
I
been so
didn't
hard.
know the pocket watch thing. So when he pulled it out, and Martha was there, and the bug lady, who I can't remember her name, was there, I was like,
Chantho.
"What?" I was like,
Yeah.
"What?" And
When
now
she
I was
pulls
like,
it-
"Oh my god!"
Because he's got this like drumming, and he's like, I can't.
Yeah.
And you know it's coming, but you're like,
Yeah.
And then there comes a point where you're like, he doesn't remember. When you know it's
Yeah.
the Master, but you're like, he doesn't remember.
But I didn't put two and two together. Like me,
And
in
then-
my brain, my
and then he
little,
pulls
my
that
little
out.
innocent brain,
And
I
he,
was
and
like,
he goes,
he doesn't.
and he's like, even
like-
this has never worked, this whole thing. And then
I was
Martha's
like,
like,
he doesn't
can you?
remember. I was like, he doesn't
And then
remember
Martha
that he's the
picks it
Master, but
up.
how's he gonna? And I was like, is he just gonna like? And he's just in my mind, I was like, well, he doesn't remember, so maybe he's gonna like get
Yeah.
shot and then regenerate, and then it's gonna be like, I remember. Not
Yeah.
once in my brain did I even think that the pocket watch would be
But
a
like
thing.
Martha
Not
seeing
once.
that, and then turning it
Yeah.
over, and it's the Gallifreyan writing, and then
Yeah.
she runs to the Doctor, and it's like that again. The music,
It's that
again.
sequence, yeah.
The music ramps up,
Yeah.
and it's this whole thing where it's like So the great thing is as well, he's hearing voices and stuff. He's hearing Roger Delgado. He's hearing Anthony Ainley. He's hearing the classic Doctor Who masters
Really?
in that scene, as well as himself voice recording evil master lines.
yeah.
Like, open me, you human fool, open,
Yeah.
like, see the light and receive your my majesty. It's like really great. Derek Jacobi, fantastic
Amazing.
Shakespearean actor anyway. Would love to see more of him as the Doctor.
Unreal.
As the Master. The reveal when he's like, he opens it and it's just, you see in his face, he's just completely changed.
Yeah.
And he's just like, just the way he talks, and it's like when she pulls a gun on him, and he's like, oh, now I can say I've been provoked. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man, he's fucking
It's
evil.
the other is
He
when
chews
Martha,
the scenery.
when Martha's running to the Doctor, and that reveal of her saying,
Yeah,
like, her, like banging drums in his head. He's
Yeah.
got a pocket watch, and he looks at her. She goes, "It's the same one," and the
goes, "It can't be."
face that he pulls, it can't be, and it's
because
like,
but the thing is, for Doctor Who as well, it's massive because David Tennant and Chris Eccleston just walking around talking about how amazing the Time Lords were, how fantastic their culture is, and all that sort of thing. And Martha's like, "Oh, this is a good thing." He's like,
Yeah.
And even Captain Jack's like, "Yeah, you talked about your people, like they're great." And he goes, "Yeah, but it's like depends on
depends
which
on who."
one, though, doesn't it?" Because it's like, yeah, amazing. The rocket goes off, and then they run
Yeah.
back. It's just fucking brilliant. But all the stuff with Derek Jacobi as the Master, the fucking 5 minutes that he
Amazing.
gets, is brilliant.
Fine.
And honestly, I know you were saying
yeah.
you were saying like John Sim upstages David Tennant a little bit. I think Derek Jacobi upstages everyone ever.
Oh yeah, I think yeah.
He's
To be honest,
brilliant.
I think in this episode alone, not even just as the Master, just as the scientist, I think he's fantastic.
absolutely
Like
brilliant.
the emotion that he plays,
God.
like the being like, oh, like a field scientist, like.
And
never
he
had that
did.
kind
You
of
know he
thing.
did like Big Finish, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So he is like the War Master. Like he's opposite like John Hurt.
Oh really?
Right, which makes complete sense.
Oh, is he the Master that gets revived and used as
Yes.
a weapon? It's the
Well,
same.
the
It's the
first-
same one.
I'd recommend almost like weirdly. I'd recommend like the first box set of the War Master. Not that you're going to listen to it because it's a very niche thing. It's one of the only Big Finishes I've listened to.
Yeah.
But he is brilliant in that, and that ends with him using the Chameleon Arch. And reverting
really?
back to being
Yeah.
a child and a baby because he's horrified by the events of the Time War. There's also a brilliant story in that where he manipulates the fuck out of someone into killing themselves, and it's insane. It's very good, and it's also kind of maybe a Cyberman story, but that's kind of like hidden as well. really, he's excellent in all of these. Whatever he does, whenever he plays the Master, he's brilliant. I wish the show would bring him back just for a special,
I didn't realize because obviously I knew, like, I've watched videos and stuff, like the whole story on the Master. I knew about the gets revived and gets basically used as a weapon during the war, but I didn't realize it's implied that it's the same Master as it's Derek Jacobi's Master. Just when
it was never. They never really talk too much about it, but it's implied that yes, it is him. But if you want to go by timelines, it's technically the Alex McQueen one, who's Neil's dad in The Inbetweeners, who plays the Master in Big Finish. He's technically before Jacobi in the Time War, but we're not going to go into that. Like Jacobi's Master being the one who like uses the chameleon arch and then sort of lives this whole life as a professor before. Yeah, he's just brilliant. That whole reveal is just worth everything. The stuff with like Jack hanging around with the fucking hand, even Jack coming around the corner at Torchwood and like jumping on the TARDIS is great. It's like, oh yeah, we're back in Cardiff. He spots it again. I know, like, and I'm only telling you this because you're not going to watch Torchwood for probably quite a while. Let's get you through Doctor Who first. I know Els, you'd be disappointed, but the end of Torchwood Series 1 ends with. Like, they've got a whole series and they're in the Torchwood base, which is in Cardiff, and Jack's got the hand of the Doctor throughout the whole first series of Torchwood. Right at the end, you see like the hand like glowing and you hear the TARDIS and you hear Jack react to it, and then the other characters come in and he's gone. And that was how the series ended. Yeah. And then he disappears, and then you get to this point in Doctor Who Series 3 and he's running towards the TARDIS and you're like, he went with them. Interesting. So, yeah, it's very great. Clever. Series 3 overall, I think is probably one of the best series of the show in terms of like number of episodes and quality. I think it does fall apart in a few places down to just how it's aged, and I think just how the characters are written in different ways. But I think it's still incredibly strong TV. I love a lot of these episodes.
It's hard because I feel like when I was watching it, I wasn't enjoying it as much as I like in retrospect, and I think it's down to
it does ramp up more in the second half, admittedly.
Absolutely. I think David Tennant's I personally think I've had David Tennant's Doctor overhyped for me. I think I've had so many people talking to me saying the best that I think I've set my expectations too high, and I feel slightly disappointed with David Tennant's, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I feel slightly disappointed with David Tennant's Master at times. I think
Doctor,
when he locks in, like, he fucking locks in, but I think that can be said for all of them, like the reveal in Utopia, like all this different stuff, like Voyage of the Damned locks in, incredible, like Runaway Bride locks in. There's so many moments, but I think as an overall, sometimes I do struggle with him on a cut, and I think it's a lot of times it's the episode that I don't really enjoy. I don't
think his characterization of the Doctor has aged particularly well, and I think he comes across more now like he's quite smug and egotistical. Yeah, that's okay, but it just isn't what everyone's cup of tea is. And I'll tell you, when you start watching Matt Smith, it's so refreshing because he hasn't got that same ego. He has in certain moments, but he brings it out. He doesn't always wear it on his sleeve. Like, oh, I'm clever, all that shit. But yeah, I think Series 3 is great. If you've enjoyed watching our rankings here of Series 3, please go back and watch our Series 2 and 1 ones, and we'll be back at some point in the future with a Series 4 review when Cooper has rewatched it, which I'm very excited for, because that's a big, big season, that one.
I'm looking forward to watching Series 4, and then because they're onwards, it's like, bang, just straight up. Me and my girlfriend have both said that we are so looking forward to getting the Matt Smith stuff, which I shouldn't be wishing away the Dave Tennant stuff, but I am very much looking forward to it.
But that'll get you through it, and I think when you get back to like,
we're really going to live up to the nostalgia bit name when we get to Series 6 and stuff.
But Silence of the Library, Forest of the Dead, River Song's first ever Doctor Who story, you're going to get a lot out of that, and that's going to lead you into Matt Smith. Again, so that's nice. Yeah.
I have not watched that episode since it aired.
I tell you now, you'll love it because there's so many little references of things.
As much as I love River Song, I've never rewatched it.
And you go in with the context of thinking of like Capaldi's episode with her. You go in the context of Matt Smith's first story with her. All of them are referenced, and it's brilliant that they managed to turn them into actual stories off of just one line of dialogue.
Yeah.
Without any further ado, because I desperately need a piss. Just News today comes from a rare treat. Not from Elle, from Sunday Doc. Thank you very much for sending this in. This already. Let's just get into it. Thousands of hot dogs spill across busy highway.
Okay.
Hungry? I am. Crews mustered up the courage, very good, to dispose of thousands of sausages, with the fire chief saying, "I can tell you personally, hot dogs are very slippery. I did not know that." Yeah, sure you didn't, dirty old bastard. A truckload of hot dogs spilled over a busy road in Pennsylvania. A mechanical problem meant the truck scraped along the concrete divider, ripping the trailer open and scattering sausages across the highway. The photos are hilarious. It was the worst. It was the worst Friday commute that motorists in Shrewsbury had to contend with for years. Very good. Crews mustered up the courage. We've already had that one. To begin the morning rush hour cleanup. And didn't mince their words. There's a lot of puns in this article.
A lot of puns in this one.
Sky News were feeling brave today. Once those leave the truck and hit the road, that's all garbage, and it's still pretty warm. Shrewsbury Fire Company Chief Brad Doberman said, Interesting that his name is a breed of dog. I can tell you personally, hot dogs are very slippery. He added, "I did not know that." Front end loader was used to scoop up the wieners and drop them into a dump truck. What would you do with thousands of hot dogs, Cooper?
Are they in like glass jars? So I assume they've all just smashed onto the road.
Some of them are in. They're in like plastic packaging. Some of them have ripped open, obviously.
I mean, the ones that aren't ripped open, I'd be diving.
If you were driving past, would you pull up and get a pack of sausages?
Absolutely. Have you not seen the people who do it with Pepsi? Have you not seen the video of the guy who does it with Pepsi?
I've seen the memes of. Oh yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen the ones where it's like,
the moment it spills, Lord, out,
if you hear me, Lord, flip this motherfucker. That's me with the hot dog truck.
It's like the moment it hits the road, game over. So it's like to take it. Like.
But yeah, that's that. I can't believe this was posted at 5 a.m. in August. Crazy. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Nostalgia Bit. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and comment below what your favourite Doctor Who Series 3 episodes are. If you're listening on Spotify, you can also comment below now, as well as giving us a follow and a hearty 5-star review. You can also follow our individual social medias in the description below. And yeah, we will see you all next week for... What is it? Oh my god. For the Just News tier list? If we're still doing that, hey, well, it has to happen now. I've said it. We will see you all later. Have a lovely week. And go back and watch our other Doctor Who shit. There's loads of it. Actually, there's a playlist. Yeah, go and check that one out. Yeah. See you later. Bye-bye.
See you later.